Well, good evening, everybody. This is Gloria Harlow Drummond. Today's date is January the 8th of 2016. And I've had a pretty good day today. Had a really good day. And I want to let you know that I want to welcome you welcome all of you to my channel. And I wanted to give a special shout out to Marianne. Hello, Marianne, and God bless you. Thank you, dear sister, for your comment. I love you dearly. I love you dearly. And like I said, this is going to be like a straight talk, and with some little extra. It is about 10 minutes after 10 p.m. my time. I was going to get on here earlier, but I got distracted on some other things. So anyway, I'm on here now, and okay, this is going to be about forgiveness too. Forgiveness, and I don't know who all. Like I said, I have lost a couple more subscribers too, but I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, because I'll usually gain a few, and I may lose a few too. I don't know, but anyway, I ran across some well, the latest videos. I don't know if any of you are watching Jim Bakker now since he came back. I don't know. Again, I've talked about this before, but he made a mistake. He made a mistake, and his wife Tammy wouldn't forgive him. When he got mixed up with Jessica Hahn and all that mess. That was back in the 80s. And anyway, I've been kind of watching Jim and Lori. Their new their show. Well, anyway, there was a surprise, and I cried. I cried like a baby. I cried like a baby, and I thought I would share a couple of them with all of you, if you don't mind. And please don't unsubscribe to me if if you held a grudge or whatever about Jim and about all that mess. He just got caught up. They just got caught up in all the money, and we still don't know the whole long story behind it. But it really touched me. It touched me, and I want to share. Like I said, I want to share a couple of them little, short videos. It just ripped my heart out, because a lot of people back then got scammed. I mean, basically. But he got mixed up with the wrong people. Jim did, and I don't know and none of us really do know the whole story. I mean, but anyway, let me bring this up on my phone, okay? All right. So I have to go to YouTube. Okay. Hang on just a minute here. This is under liked videos. By the way, I've got Marianne. I've got your video, your latest one, reading from Daniel 8. It's a good video, very good video. Okay. All right. I'm going to do this one here. It's Jim and Lori, the return of, I won't say the name. This is part 1. I'm going to play this one, all right? I'm going to turn the volume back up on this. It really touched my heart, people. And again, it's all about forgiveness. It's about forgiveness, right? And if we can't forgive, then God can't forgive us. So I'm going to try something here. Okay. See if I can get this to play. I think it will, maybe.
Welcome to this special edition of the Jim Bakker.
Oh, it's not up high enough either. I was wondering if that was going to happen.
Coming to you from the village of Morningside, snuggled in the beautiful Ozark Mountains.
Hang on. I got an idea. It's got to be sitting up just a little bit higher up. Okay. This really touched me.
Today it's a Baker family reunion with Jim's daughter, Tammy Sue Baker. And now, coming to you from Gray Street at Morningside, here are your hosts, Jim and Lori Baker.
Welcome to Gray Street. Wow, what a very special day. Tammy Sue is back. And here at Morningside, don't miss a minute of this show. Call a friend. This is the greatest
The track
moment
the
of
other
all.
way.
I just want to look at you.
And look at that long, beautiful hair she still has, everybody.
You know-
look at that.
You know what? I want you to look at something, sweetheart.
Yes, I see.
There's a condo. See the blue
Oh,
condo?
I see the condo.
The people that own it they have to cut back because they've gotten, where they can't travel all the time. They're the most wonderful people in the world. I want to buy that condo for you. So anytime you come, no, I'll tell you something. When she was 16, she recorded a fabulous 33 and a third. What do you call those things? LP.
An album, an actual album.
16 years old. Do you remember how much that record made
It's too much.
for the ministry? Do you?
I think it was $1.6 million.
It did.
$1,600,000.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
then.
at 16. So it was $1,600,000
Can you imagine?
for the ministry.
That would be worth now.
And I promised her at Heritage USA that she would have.
This
Come on back, come on
this
back.
is in our hallway. Every single day we pass by you and we pay homage to you.
There, oh, she gorgeous thing.
That's
Look
a
at
long
she.
time
That
ago.
she was. I
No
don't.
gray mare ain't what she used to
I don't know if you were. I think
Better. She's
you
better.
weren't you 15
I
when
was
you started it?
15.
She was 15 years old when she started when she produced actually, and it was 16 years old. And we were building Mulberry Village high-rise towers at that time. We were geared to build one a month. That's how fast Morningside was growing when people decided they wanted me to come down and used my sin to do it. And the top floor had this big attic part that they weren't going to use, and I figured out I want to use that empty space, and that's going to be Tammy Sue's condo. And we never got royalties. Nobody, Tammy Faye, Jim Baker, we never got royalties. Most preachers make their money from their books and their records. I gave away millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars of royalties. I'm not bragging. But I decided that Sue, since she didn't get paid, should have a small royalty off her record back then. And I promised it to her, and we were in the process of doing it. And I put her royalty money in the bank, and nobody knows this. I'm gonna confess right in front of you. When the world fell apart, we had to live off her royalty money. And I never fulfilled the promise that she would have a place. She does not own a home. She's never owned a home. I just think, Sue, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I know you don't want it. You've never asked me for anything. And you kept my ministry alive when I was in prison. She ran it. When everybody walked away, she ran the ministry while I was in prison. And she came to that prison to see me whenever she could. And she brought baby James. Go get the drawing off the wall, somebody.
In his office.
Baby James. The night before I went to prison, we stayed in a hotel room together. And James was
Actually,
this big. How old was James? Do you?
I think he was 9 months old, and you stayed
You
up.
remember James?
He stayed up all. I have to say, you stayed up all night with him. You told me, which was great. He said,
Because you were
sleep.
tired.
He said, you sleep, and when the baby gets up for anything, I'm going to take care of the baby. And he took care of the baby all night long the night before he went to prison.
That was the last thing I did. And then I had one picture with you and baby James, and I took that picture to all the prisons with me. And James kept me alive. I'm so emotional about this kid, and he's still keeping me alive. That when he walked off the plane when he got here,
Oh, that was.
it was like, it was almost, it's kind of egotistical, but it looked like I was walking off the plane when I was 16. I mean, that's how I felt.
True.
But I'd hold that picture of you and James, and I'd hold it up when I was in the insane asylum prison they threw me in,
I remember.
and I'd hold that and not so I couldn't see anything else. And so then when I went to prison, one of the inmates with pencil drew this moment when she brought James to see me. That's from a pencil drawing. I looked a lot younger and I had hair back there. Still, I had hair when I went to prison. During one time when they put me in diesel therapy, which only prisoners know what that is. They chained me and moved me from. I went to the worst prison in America, the hell prison. I almost died in the prison because I didn't eat, because they told me the dining rooms were the most dangerous place. Dining room. That's funny. I didn't know. I just didn't go. And I was dehydrated and didn't know it. And a lawyer that loved me called the prison. And they sent the guards there, and they took me to the doctor and found out that I would have died shortly. I have not told the story much. Baby James was with me in that prison. He was with me in all 7 prisons I was in. And now baby James, sweet baby James, you know the song?
We love that song.
That's why I call him baby James. It's good to have a home. At times, all the hope I had was James, Sue. And then he came to prison. And I don't know, was this visit? I don't know how old he is in this picture. James, how old do you think you are? 2, 1, 2. When he's beginning to talk, Sue always kept my picture on the refrigerator, so they knew me. My grandbabies knew me. Do you remember he walked up to the big prison and he said, do you remember what he said? Yep.
He said, Papa.
Yeah. He said,
I said, yeah. I said, Papa, you have a really big house.
she didn't tell him I was in prison. She just said, and so he goes up, he says, Papa has a big house. Yeah, Papa was in the big house.
A lot of guests there too.
Yeah. And so one of the inmates made this drawing. And one day I remember I was really in bad shape, and you bring baby Jonathan.
Yep.
And I didn't know you were coming then either. Oh, Nana, I don't know what to do. Help me, baby. My daughter's, Nana's the producer. Kevin, would you sing with her?
I can do that. Yeah. The blood.
Do you want to do the blood? And
I love Tammy Sue, but I love it because when I touch her, I feel Jim. It's the weirdest thing. Every time I've always said that.
Ever
I mean,
since you guys were
she'll,
first together.
right. I mean, she'll come up and she'll just rub me and touch me like that. And it's his touch. It's the craziest thing. And I just couldn't wait to feel your touch again. I love you so much. So amazing that you would do this for your dad.
Oh,
Can you imagine? Look at, there's your baby.
that's a miracle.
This
right
child
there.
right here grew up
That's
on
a
Christian
miracle.
television. She grew up. All those little pictures, right, Mondo, that we've seen so many things. Little Tammy Sue running around the set.
Tammy Sue was
literally
in
grew
the
up.
studio the first days of her life. She grew
Yeah,
up
she did.
the baby stages in a bassinet. Donna was there at that time.
Donna knows. And Donna knows.
And then her friends were all the directors and all.
oh,
and
yeah.
So
They have stories.
I got a lot of new friends to introduce you to. And then when she got about this high, she would do the kids show. Did the kids show 8 years.
That was the puppet show that you guys had.
And it was an amazing show. I mean, what it did, it built Christian television, whether
Right.
everybody wants to admit it or not. The kids tuned them in on that. You had to have a separate tuner on VHS, and that was in that day. And once in a while, you would see this puff of something go by the bottom of the screen. So right in your bottom of your screen, you see this little bunch of this black hair going by. You didn't know, nobody knew what it was. It was Tammy Sue. Just that was her house.
The cameramen said when I was this little that I used to duck under the camera.
Oh.
You know, I could walk under it.
She could walk under when she was really tiny.
That is so cute.
And she'd go sit in the control rooms and shit. But let's try. I know it's difficult.
Oh, but she could. She's a pro. You know what the thing about her? Just let her do her thing because she's got it in her. You have it in you. The anointing is so strong on you, and it's such a blessing. You are seeing You know what you're giving? You're giving people hope. You got it, okay? You're giving people hope because so many people's children are out there, and they want them to come back.
Can I just say,
Just preach, girl.
that
Preach.
if you have kids that don't agree with you, agree to disagree. You know, because there's a lot of stuff that Dad and I don't see eye to eye on, but it doesn't mean that you don't love them. You know, just agree to disagree because life is so short. It's not worth holding grudges. Not that I held a grudge, so don't read into that. But it's not worth it. And if you're here today and you have any issues with your son or with your daughter, with your mother, with your father, I just encourage you today to just let it go. It's not worth it. It's not worth holding on to. Go to that person. Go to your mom, go to your dad, your son, your daughter, your family member, and just say, you know what? It's done. I love you. Because it's just so important to do it while they're alive. You know, I can't stress that enough. I just can't.
Well, Kevin, I want you to sing. You have an amazing song about Jesus coming back.
I was thinking, though, I had another song. There's a song that talks about something that's even more powerful.
Yeah?
The blood
Yeah.
will never lose its power.
You gonna sit right there?
Come on, don't mess up now. Don't mess up now. Jesus' precious holy name. Don't mess up. Please don't mess up.
Sing
I'm going to sit right here, and I want
Sit
you to
right
listen
back.
closely. This is probably the best version you have ever heard in your life. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
You'll know what I mean.
All right.
We start.
Here's Kevin.
Go ahead.
Shorey!
Tammy Faye's song. Tammy Faye.
The blood that Jesus shed just for me.
Oh, come on. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Come on. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. Don't mess us up. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Come on. Come on. Shoot. When I heard that, when I watched that this morning, what horrible, horrible thing it was done back then. I gotta wipe my nose. I wipe my eyes first. You know, yes, a terrible thing was done wrong. The downfall of the PTL ministry. But Jim went through hell. Tammy divorced him, married that other man. I don't know how he met Lori. I don't know that, but I wanted to share that with all of you. We have to forgive people. We have to forgive. From what I heard, Jim wrote letter after letter to Tammy. Tammy wouldn't forgive him. She did later on in years. She did, and they made their peace, and they still loved each other, you know. But she just couldn't get past his affair with Jessica Hahn and everything that happened. I don't know what. Like I said, I don't know the rest of the story. I don't know when Jim got with Lori. I don't know, but she stood by his side all those years after Tammy divorced him and stuff. And Jim's a different man. He's a totally changed man. Little Tammy Sue. I remember back when Joyce's dad and I used to watch the PTL Club. Way back, back in the 70s when they first started out, Jim and Tammy. You know, little Tammy Sue and Jamie Charles. It was something. But I just wanted to share that with everybody, to remind everybody that we have to forgive. Forgive, and like Tammy Sue said a while ago, we have to forgive and go on, let it go, and move on, you know. And just like Tammy Faye's song, it will never lose its power. That was Tammy Faye's song. Jim made a horrible mistake. And I know that all of us have made our share of mistakes, right? We've made our share of mistakes. I know old Gloria's made her share of mistakes through the years. If I could go back and undo some of the things, but the Lord puts us through. We have free will, you know, and we make our own mistakes. And the key thing is, if we learn from our mistakes, if we learn from them, you know. And He's teaching me more every day. He's teaching me more and more every day, people. So it's about 25 minutes to 11. I'm going to start getting this uploaded. It's 27 minutes. But like I said, I love all of you. God bless all of you. Welcome to my channel. You're always welcome to my channel. And I wanted to share that with everyone. And like I said, I've lost a few subscribers, but I'm sure I'll get more. I'll get more, and it's all about Jesus, loving one another in these last days before our blessed Lord comes. We have to let the past go and move on, forgive, and He is putting people together, just like that. He had no idea Tammy was coming. And the Lord's putting people together, rejoining people. For one reason or the other, the Lord's doing that. He's bringing people together. And I think it's wonderful right before His return. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here now for tonight. I had planned to read some scriptures, but the Lord changed it. So, alrighty, well, I love you all. Come back and see me. Thumbs up, eyes to the sky, because we know not when our Lord will return, people. So, Gloria Harlow Drummond loves you all, one and all. And may God richly, richly bless you. And please, forgive. If someone done you wrong, forgive. A family member, forgive them. Forgive them and love them. Okay. Good night.